Welcome to Mr. Giant Reacts and Ting and Ting and Ting. I'm Mr. Giant, back with another video for you, back with another reaction. And here's something that I saw here. It says the disturbing truth about the Serbian dancing lady. Now, as far as I understand, it's more popular outside of Serbia. That's what the research tells me, you know what I mean? So please, if you're Serbian, tell me what it is. If you've never heard about it before, tell me about it. If you've heard about it before, tell me about it. Drop it in the comment section. Let's check out and see what the vibe is with this here, this story.
Pretty much
here.
my whole YouTube career at the moment is researching the weird and spooky things that the world has to offer. So I've become pretty accustomed to seeing hair-raising things late at night. And it's not often that I get genuinely terrified by the things that I research, but researching today's video, I'm not gonna lie, it got me pretty spooked. There's one clip in particular that I'll show you later in this video, if I don't get demonetized. An urban legend turned real, with so much evidence, yet no definitive answer on what it actually is. Today, lady and man, we are of course talking about the Serbian Dancing Lady.
So hook me up in the comment section. Is this really true? Was there a lady in Serbia that was dancing all kind of strange and stuff in the streets of Belgrade and stuff like that? Tell me this in the comment section. Oh, I didn't realize this was going to be creepy.
In 2019, a video started circulating on TikTok of a lady dancing on the streets of Serbia late at night.
Oh,
No one really knew who she was or why she would dance in the street. It was told that if you ever witnessed the Serbian Dancing Lady, you were meant to stay completely silent. If you made a noise and she noticed you, she would chase you down with a knife. It started with a few grainy, low-quality videos uploaded from Serbia, showing a woman dancing slowly on the streets at night. These clips were often poorly filmed and from a distance, as if the person behind the camera was too scared to get too close. It didn't take long for these videos to go viral, spreading across platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. People couldn't get enough of this strange, unsettling figure. But with the viral fame came questions.
She ain't dancing no colo.
And why was she dancing? The first recorded sighting of the Serbian Dancing Lady took place in Belgrade, Serbia's capital. It was a dark, quiet evening, and a group of friends noticed a woman dancing in the streets alone. As they approached, they saw her dancing in the street, her movements slow and deliberate, her face hidden beneath her hair. And as any group of friends would do, they began filming. Because if we've learned anything from horror movies, it's that the cameraman never dies. As they got closer, however, the Serbian lady turned and faced them, and this caused the group to run away, which was probably a smart decision. I wouldn't fuck with a lady dancing in the middle of the street in the middle of the night completely alone. As more and more videos emerged, the sightings of the Serbian Dancing Lady started to spread, often near the city of Belgrade. The footage was always kinda similar, a woman dancing alone, moving in slow motion, as if caught in some kind of horrific ritual or possessed by a spirit. In many clips, she is seen to be holding what appears to be a knife. But despite these repeated sightings, no one
looks like
could
a man
identify
though.
who was she, and why was she dancing in the dead of night,
You're
armed
moving
with
like a
knife?
man.
As with any internet mystery, the super sleuths at Reddit started to put in their own opinions. So let's break down some of their more popular theories. The first theory, and perhaps the most straightforward, is that the Serbian Dancing Lady suffers from some form of mental illness. Some suggest that she might be homeless, wandering these streets in a delusional state, unaware of her surroundings or the terror that she's caused. The erratic dancing in the report...
I have a question though. You said she's probably homeless. Is there homeless people in Belgrade? Comment down below. You know, I never thought about that. You know what I mean? I didn't see a homeless person until I came to the States. On the island, everybody's got like a little shack in the woods somewhere, you know what I mean? I can't remember any homeless. And if you're homeless, somebody's going to take you in. And usually, if somebody's homeless, it's because they're down on the luck for a while and they'd help them. They'll get a job, you know. When I was growing up, we always had somebody who was down on their luck staying at the house with us. They'd stay for a month, or 2 or 3, and then they just move on when they get back up on their feet. Or sometimes they just move back up to wherever they come from and they go live with family or something like that. But tell me in the comment section, is there homeless people on the streets of Belgrade? Because I've never seen anything portraying that on YouTube. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right places and stuff like that.
Of her holding a knife could be some form of psychotic episode, with her behavior being erratic and unpredictable. This theory seems quite sad to me, and if it is true, it shows the lack of mental health aid that we have on offer around the world. But if this theory is true, it raises the question, why was she only in specific areas? And why did the sightings stop for a while only to come back? Mental illness, especially when left untreated, can lead to strange and unsettling behaviors.
Do you remember the clong viral thing about the clongs? That's what this seems like to me. 2019, around there, wasn't that when they had the whole clong sightings where people would be driving down the street and then clongs would be chasing them down the street and stuff? Could it be something like that also that's going on here? You understand? Comment down below. Tell me if it's just like a prank somebody's playing.
However, even with this explanation, many people remain unconvinced. The persistence of her appearance in multiple locations and the eerie consistency in her behavior suggests that there's something far more sinister going on here. So the second theory is a bit more spooky. Some people believe that the Serbian Dancing Lady is not human at all, but something far more sinister. In Serbian folklore, there's numerous tales of spirits, witches, and cursed individuals that haunt a specific place, unable to find peace. Some point to the Sava Sava legend, a mysterious woman said to roam the streets of Serbia, cursed to dance for eternity after defying a powerful witch. So this caused many people to question whether the Serbian Dancing Lady was actually part of Serbian folklore. Throughout history, stories of women forced to dance for eternity appear in multiple cultures, often as a punishment for some form of transgression against the supernatural. Some believe that the Serbian Dancing Lady could be one of those trapped souls, trapped between the worlds of living and dead, stuck in a constant state of limbo and forced to dance for eternity, which sounds kind of like an office job when you put it that way. So funny. Another theory, perhaps less supernatural but still as disturbing, is that the Serbian Dancing Lady is some form of elaborate prank. But this theory seems unlikely, and I'll explain why in a second. If we look over the past decade, the internet has seen numerous viral hoaxes and challenges designed to scare and disturb viewers, such as the Blue Whale Challenge or the Momo Challenge. I wonder if there's any cool YouTubers that have made videos about those recently. According to this theory though, this woman could be an actor or part of a performance art piece designed deliberately to go viral. Her strange movement, her weapon, and the fear that she provokes could be someone's master plan in the ever-growing quest to internet virality. If this is true, that means that the Serbian Dancing Lady
It
is
looks
not
like
dangerous
different
at all.
people.
But even if this is a prank, it still has real-world consequences. People have reported genuine fear in the streets, and there's whispers of confrontations between people that have gotten too close. If it is a social experiment, it has gone into the realm of unsettling. But here's the thing. If this supposedly is a prank, how do you explain the constant stream of disturbing eyewitness accounts? Sure, many of these are probably fake, but there are many people that claim that they have witnessed the Serbian Dancing Lady with their own 2 eyes, often in the late hours of nights when the streets are completely empty, with some of these accounts seeming too eerie to be any form of hoax. One such account comes from a young man who encountered her late at night, near the outskirts of Belgrade. He was walking home after a party when he spotted her moving strangely in the distance. At first, he thought he was just a drunk lady or simply dancing in the street to have a bit of fun. But as he approached, she turned to face him, her expression completely blank. Suddenly, she lunged towards him, holding what appeared to be a knife. Terrified, he fled, and he later posted about his experience online, warning others to stay away. Another account describes a group of friends that saw the Serbian Dancing Lady while they were driving home late at night. They slowed down to film her, but as they got closer, she started running towards their car, causing
It's
them
just
to
a
speed up and
prank.
panic.
It's a
They later posted the
prank.
footage, which quickly went viral, fueling more debate about her true intentions.
It's
These
a
stories,
prank.
whether real or most likely exaggerated, are still genuinely quite disturbing. It's one thing to see a viral video online, but for those who claim to see her in person, that is genuine, real fear. While the Serbian Dancing Lady may have started as a local legend, her impact has reached far beyond Serbia. She has become a symbol of modern urban fear, discussed not just in Serbia, but around the globe. Some believe she represents a deeper cultural anxiety, the fear of the unknown, the supernatural, or even the fear of mental health that is often stigmatized. In Serbia, a lot of locals see the Serbian Dancing Lady as a genuine threat, especially in smaller towns where the superstition runs deep. The legend has often led to discussions of urban safety late at night, particularly for those who walk alone. So what is the truth behind the Serbian Dancing Lady? Is she a disturbing woman lost in her own world? A spirit cursed to dance forever?
Comment down
Or
below.
perhaps
Tell me
part of
what
an
the
elaborate
vibe is.
hoax that has gotten out of control? I don't
Yeah, that was kind of spooky. What makes it even more spooky is I have this headset on and I don't hear anything except loud banging noises when I have the headset on. But when I was a kid, there was a lady called Crazy Lucy, and we had to walk by her house every day that we go to school, go to and from school. But we never saw her in the morning. Never. We call her Crazy Lucy, but we used to also call her the Voodoo Lady. And her hair was always just like matted up and stuff, not like dreadlocks, just like, as she lived alone. I don't ever think that I've seen anybody visit her or anything, but it's like she used to wait for us after school. Her house was just this like one room wooden house that they put together with galvanized roof on the side of the street. And we would walk by and she just stand at the door and just watch us. Eyes bloodshot, like really big. Sometimes her eyes weren't bloodshot, it was just pure white, and the blacks of it seemed small. Of course, I was a kid, so I probably imagining all of that. And sometimes she had a broom with a red string on it, and she just most of the time she just stand at the door and just look at us like real evil like as we walk by. But there was sometimes she would just like yell really loud and then come after us, or step towards us. She didn't run at us, but step towards us and we would just take off screaming. So, I don't know if she had mental issues. If she was a real, we used to call, well, we don't call voodoo on Ellen, we call it obia. So we didn't know if she was a real obia woman or just some old lady that got her kicks off of scaring kids. But man, hey man, one time I forgot because when we walking by our house, right, we go up on the other side of the street. Yeah, and the streets are narrow, so it's like 10 steps and she's on us if she really wanted to. And one time I forgot, boy, and I'm walking by the house. I don't know if I was like reading a book while I was walking or something. All of a sudden I look up and it was eye to eye with Crazy Lucy. And Crazy Lucy's looking down at me like this, boy. I'm telling you, man, I had nightmares, man. I took off running, screaming and thing. And I could have swore I heard an evil chuckle after I left. And the thing about mental illness too, we had an asylum type of place. That's what we called it. We called it the Crazy House. And I don't know why I was up in that direction because that's a place I never really went, and I can't remember why I was up there. I think my brother was with me, but somebody was with me. Well, I was young. I was either pre-teen or just turned teen. I had to have been pre-teen because we were still living in the city at the time. And you walk by the house, the asylum, and I walked by there a couple of times. I must have had a friend up there or something. I was going up to get mangoes or go raid a mango tree or something. And the first couple of times we walked by, he just watched it. He just looked at us, eyes just bulging and stuff like that. And then one day, he's standing there with a cutlass. We call it a cutlass, but yeah, you guys call it a machete. And then when we walked by him, all of a sudden he took off running at us. So we were like running and stuff. And the person who was with me, and I think it was a friend, it wasn't my brother, he slipped and he fell. And I know I'm laughing about it because this person is standing in front the house where people with mental issues are. And my friend fell, hit the ground, and this man walk up to him, run up to him, tap him on his shoulder and say, "Last lick," and then turn and run back to the house, to the building. I thought he was a goner for sure because my man had like this cutlass or machete in his hand. I thought he was a goner. No, he was playing tag. Even last lick, and then all eyes all bulging and stuff, look at the rest of us and then smile all crazy like and turn around and walk back to the building. I ain't never go back up there again, that's for sure, man. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please comment down below. Tell me what the vibe is and tell me what you all think of what's this. If you're Serbian, tell me what this is about. Is this taken from a real folklore tale or something? He mentioned Salpa or something like that. So yeah, hook me up with this, man. I hope you guys enjoy this. In the meantime, y'all take care of each other. Drop a like on the video. Let me know what's up. Let's try to keep some peace in this world, okay?